Why thinking school? I think the first thing is that we need to tap into new or other mental and spiritual resources if we want to deal with the current crises that we face on a global level than the ones we have been using so far. Everything that we see as very firm matter is, when we zoom into it, is energy, vibration. In the end, it's moving consciousness. Our culture and civilization, there are thought patterns at the bottom of this civilization. And so when we look at the crises that we are facing today, when we look at climate change, for example, then it's not just that there is carbon in the air, that we have had an industrial civilization that has caused problems on this material level. This is just the peak of the iceberg, and underneath you have this whole body which is way more fundamental, and this concerns our whole relation to life, to nature, to all of this. And when we want to resolve the problem of climate change, for example, then of course it's important to deal with the matter of carbon. But on the other side, to go to the root of the things is to look at and to review the thought pattern that defines our relation with nature, which even made this kind of use of carbon possible. And this is what we mean by a thinking school, to create space for this kind of recalibration where we no longer take the images and beliefs and assumptions we have made up about our world as something that just remains unchecked, but where we go to these core points that can really open up this other reality. Thinking is part of our human nature, and learning to think is not something complicated, but it's rather a matter of learning to participate in the process of life. A thinking mind is one that is on the track of the secret that hides behind the things. And what is normal for children to ask questions, we need to regain consciously. What we want to study here is the logic of global healing. The question is, what is the pattern of interpretation with which I look into the world, and which is in a way the gatekeeper to decide what comes in and what not. And so thinking has been historically fought against and suppressed by all systems of imperialistic power. So there is a very close link of mental conformity and political power. It is also a political necessity to question the basic assumptions that we grow up with and are used to. Chomsky said, "The smart way to keep people passive and obedient is to strictly limit the spectrum of acceptable opinion, but allow very lively discussion within that spectrum."